Hi, I'm Dana Burkus, Public Affairs and Economic Development Manager at NIPSCO. For the past 10 years, NIPSCO's Environmental Action Grant has helped bring to life initiatives that preserve our natural resources and empower local organizations to create lasting social and environmental impact across northern Indiana. Together with the NiSource Charitable Foundation, NIPSCO's Environmental Action Grant has awarded nearly $700,000 in total over the last 10 years, helping fund approximately 150 projects with an emphasis on environmental education and restoration to organizations across our northern Indiana footprint. Join me as we take a look back at 10 years of the Environmental Action Grant from NIPSCO and the NiSource Charitable Foundation. Save the Dunes protects and advocates for the Indiana Dunes, Lake Michigan, and the surrounding natural areas for the health and vitality of Northwest Indiana. Their Pollinator Week program series engages and inspires communities on pollinator conservation.
We were really excited to learn that we had received the grant. We had been working on this vision for quite some time, so we're really excited to bring to life this Pollinator Week program series. This project aligned really well with Save the Dunes' mission of protecting and advocating for the Indiana Dunes and surrounding natural areas. We know that to achieve true environmental protection, it takes more than just policy changes and landscape level conservation. It requires community engagement and individual action.
Indiana University Kokomo promotes environmental stewardship by raising awareness, providing resources, and fostering community involvement to create a sustainable future.
Our goal is to promote sustainable practices in the area, and we work very closely with our student body and student groups to do that. So when we applied for an environmental action grant with NIPSCO, it was primarily based on need. So one of the things that we did with this grant was we were able to put on Sustainability Week of giveaways, of environmental opportunities, and of having campus cleanup days and planting trees across campus. So everything from birds to bees to trees, we've kind of been able to do all of those things thanks to our partnership with NIPSCO. Before we had our first NIPSCO grant, there was no Student Sustainability Council. There was no dedicated student group working on this. By taking environmental classes, by getting engaged in these types of service-oriented activities, they have been able to sustain their momentum through COVID into now where it's one of our most successful student groups on campus. So we're really proud of that.
Monarch Joint Venture is dedicated to conserving monarch butterflies and other pollinators. The organization was able to establish 16 acres of prairie pollinator habitat at Cedar Creek Wetland Conservation Area in Fremont, Indiana.
I work for the Monarch Joint Venture, and we've been a 501c3 since 2018. And our mission is to protect monarchs and the migration by collaborating with partners to deliver habitat conservation, education, and science across the monarch range. So we worked in partnership through the NIPSCO Environmental Action Grant with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources. We have a habitat team that works on technical assistance and was able to provide the seed mix for the restoration project. And we worked in tandem with Savannah and her property staff here at Cedar Swamp. They have dormant seeded it this year, so we're able to work together to put more pollinator habitat on the landscape, and that's wild forbs, so wildflowers. Without partners like NIPSCO and the NiSource Charitable Foundation, projects like this don't get off the ground. So to be able to implement that project and work with the DNR in a collaborative manner to help get this project implemented and dormant seeded this year helps restore so many acres that probably wouldn't be restored without the Environmental Action Grant from NIPSCO and the NiSource Charitable Foundation.
The Wetlands Initiative is an organization dedicated to designing, restoring, and creating wetlands to improve water quality, wildlife habitat, and climate resilience. Their Little Calumet River Restoration Project enhanced wetland habitats, removed invasive species, reintroduced native plants, and provided recreational opportunities to support Gary's environmental health and resilience.
So our partnership with NIPSCO has been really impactful in terms of improving these natural areas. Our 3 environmental action grants have actually led to a really strong partnership with the NIPSCO environmental programs. We help design our wetland restorations in partnership with NIPSCO because the rights-of-way run through these sites in a lot of cases. So we want to make sure that our wetland natural areas are being managed very similarly to the NIPSCO rights-of-way. And a big next phase in our partnership, when we received a NiSource Charitable Foundation grant for $50,000 to do some engineering and community engagement work at the Chase Street wetland in Gary. So yeah, that's been really fantastic to work more hand in hand with NiSource, to get to know some other members of the staff there. And yeah, we've been using those dollars mostly to help support community engaged planning of some future wetland sites in Gary.
Multiply these examples by 150 across northern Indiana, and you have a collective impact, allowing communities to engage with nature and the environment. Pollinator garden, shoreline stabilization, or canoe launch. This grant has funded all of these, and they anchor community connections through environmental stewardship.